Imagine getting paid just for sharing your thoughts on products and services you use every day. With Survey Junkie, it's that simple. Click on the link in the video description to discover how you can start earning today by taking surveys.
8 climate protesters were arrested during the Congressional baseball game as they rushed onto the field before being swiftly tackled by police officers. The group hailed from youth-led protest group Climate Defiance, which described the game, which is held annually by members of U.S. Congress, as Chevron-sponsored and unconscionable. U.S. Capitol Police quickly intercepted the group, all sporting T-shirts adorned with Climate Defiance's logo and "End Fossil Fuels," as they hopped over the barrier during the second inning of Wednesday's baseball game at Nationals Park in Washington, D.C. All 8 protesters were booked on federal charges, including interference with a police officer, authorities said. "We have taken the field at the Congressional baseball game. Play has frozen," the protest group wrote on X/Twitter in the early hours of Thursday morning. "Congress sends billions of public dollar to subsidize deadly fossil fuels, but the police are tackling us instead. This Chevron-sponsored game cannot continue. This is unconscionable," it added. Climate Defiance's members began protesting prior to the start time, with police being aware of the protests and formulating a contingency plan ahead of the game, authorities said. "We are proud of our officers who are working to keep everyone safe during tonight's Congressional baseball game for charity," U.S. Capitol Police wrote in a statement on X after the arrests were made. Climate protesters were not the only group to disrupt the game. Prior to the first pitch being thrown during the colors presentation, continuing into the national anthem, approximately a dozen Gaza protesters began demonstrating in opposition to the U.S. government's support of Israel. Several pro-Palestine supporters, some sporting keffiyehs and unfurling posters, were removed by security. Republican baseball fans responded with chants of "USA," drowning out the protesters. "We're here to shame Congress for participating and sponsoring and funding a genocide," a Gaza protester told ABC News. The protests come 7 years after House Majority Leader Steve Scalise was left fighting for his life after being shot on field at the Eugene Simpson Stadium Park in Alexandria, Virginia during a congressional ball game. The Republican was struck through the hip and pelvis after gunman James Hodgkinson arrived at the field near the third base side in a white van and opened fire. 5 people in total were wounded, and after exchanging fire with police, Hodgkinson was shot dead. A park police helicopter whisked Scalise away to MedStar Hospital, where he received treatment and has since recovered.